From Williams Stadium in Garland, very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to our GRS TV Thursday night game of the week. And tonight it's the Saxy Mustangs and the Neyman Forrest Rangers. Scott Powell and Bobby George with you as always. And Bobby, these two teams come in with a combined record of 1-7 on the year. Two playoff teams from last year. Saxy was the district champion the last 2 years. Very surprising.
Yeah, but Saxy's had some problems with quarterback. You know, they're going in with a sophomore tonight. I believe, you know, their starters have been all hurt, and now they're going to go in with a sophomore. But defensively, Saxy is stacked on that front four. Man, they are stacked. So we're going to see if Neyman Forrest, they're going to start off with the ball early, and if they can get things going against this Saxy defense.
Little trickery on the kickoff return. Devassie McCartney finally gets it for Neyman Forrest, and he gets nothing. They are out to the 21. That's where the Rangers will scrimmage first. Neyman Forrest in all green. They're the home team tonight with white trim, the green helmets, the green and red helmets tonight. Saxy going right to left here in the first half. They got the white jerseys and the beautiful gray pants and orange numbers and the orange Mustang on the white helmet tonight.
Last week, Saxy was the victorious against Wiley, 27-43, and I think it was mostly all defense that just really wore Wiley down.
As you saw here on GRS TV this past week, our replays, you can see 2 games a week right here on GRS TV, and we're glad you're with us tonight. Jahari Lee takes first handoff, good blocking, and then he breaks a tackle. Big gainer all the way out almost to midfield. They finally spill him at the 48. The big fullback with a quick 27 over right guard.
Yeah, big sophomore. I mean, beautiful. Look at that hole that comes through there. Good little play action to the right. Defensive end didn't know which way to go. And boy, does he rumble and tumble. Gives him a big first down across midfield.
Senior DB Tim Cherry is the one that missed the tackle about 10 yards downfield. So the Rangers off to a quick start here with a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. They love to run it, as you know, and they'll work that play clock under 10. We're down to 7-6 on the play clock here. Quick opener over the middle, caught by Tommy Dunn, the big tight end, and he's got another first down across midfield and a gain of 15 yards. We've got an injured Mustang. And Bobby, anytime Neyman Forrest throws it, it's a surprise.
Yeah, look at this. If he could have put this up a little higher, he might have just kept running, but he had to reach down and get that one. Big boy right there, reaching low and getting that ball. You know, Neyman Forrest only is putting up 148 yards per game. And so
8 points a game, too.
Yeah, so this drive is really looking good. And we see number 94 coming off the field there. Good to see him up. Josh Stafford, 6 foot, 235 defensive lineman there.
He had 6 tackles in that win over Wiley last week. Saxy will give up some points, 26.5 a game, but they are 15th in the Metroplex against the run, which is Neyman Forrest's strength. Saxy only gives up 100 yards a game on the ground. Something to look for tonight, and only 277 total.
Hunter Spears, Clark Yarbrough, Jack Forthman, those guys really hold down that front line.
Ball way over on the left hash. They've got a receiver left, otherwise a very tight formation on 1st and 10 at the Saxy 37. Long count by Palmer Campbell, the quarterback under center. He'll give it to Lee, and he cuts it up over right tackle, and he gets maybe a yard to the 33. Good job of stringing it out by that Saxy defensive line, the strength of their team.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I liked it when they were spreading the ball, spreading their formation out. And it gives him a little room to run. But, boy, when you clog it all up in there, that defensive front four and those linebackers don't have to go very far to bottle up the runner.
Lineman Jack Forthman with the tackle. They gave him 3. Not bad gain for Neyman Forrest on first down. That was Anthony Beltran, I take it, on the sideline we just saw. The starting quarterback who will not play tonight, as you can tell. Arm in a sling. Fumble, but Lee fell on it. A little confusion on the handoff, and Jahari averted a big mistake back at the 36, lost it 2.
You know, he's a sophomore, so got a lot to learn. Make sure you tuck that ball up. They get some good push right there on the offensive line, but big 96 comes through there and pops the ball out with his hand there. Clark Yarbrough, 6'1", 275-pounder.
3rd and 9 coming, probably or possibly 4-down territory here. It'd be way too long for a field goal attempt. Receiver out to the left, otherwise a tight formation. Now the power is going to be to the right, which is the wide side of the field. 2-back set, that's Adams and Lee behind Campbell. barks the count. He rolls out to the right. Pressure on. Drops it off. Intercepted off the hands of the receiver, and it is returned by Tim Cherry across midfield. And a Neyman Forrest mistake early, and Saxy capitalized.
Yeah, Tim Cherry's just sitting there waiting on the screen to develop. Pops off the top of his hands. Watch this. He come around there. They let everybody loose. It's a little screen. Just a little high. Get your hands up there. Bet the receiver wish he has that one back.
Saxy offense averaging 23 points, 20th in rushing at 175 in the area. 308 yards a ball game against a Neyman Forrest defense that's actually been fairly good at times this year. More on that in a moment. Ball on the left hash, 4 receivers set, 3 to the wide side right, but just a simple handoff to Nash, and he's downed immediately. Neyman Forrest defender in the backfield from the get-go, and that was Cooper Flowers, big defensive right end for the Rangers.
Yay, having fun tonight out here. Look at that. You know, Parker Wells, he's going to start the game. You see him right there doing the first handoff. 6'1", 180 pounds, but he's a sophomore.
He's played a little bit this year already. He's going to be sacked as he rolled out to the right. Got a sandwich tackle from a couple of Ranger defenders. It was, again, 89 Cooper Flowers, but also there was Adrian Brown, a linebacker. And that's another loss. That's going to be a loss of 6 on that play.
Yeah, it just looks like he gets through. Cooper Flowers just takes around that defensive end side and just really gets a good play.
3rd and 18. Wells has time to throw, steps up, fires short of an open receiver inside the 30 of Neyman Forrest. That's Cameron Cromer, but Wells just had trouble getting it there, Bobby.
Yeah, it looked like he was open. He had really found a little seam in there. Putting all that pressure, you know, that was actually a good block on Flowers at that time. They were able to, he gets some good edge rush, but they were able to just use that speed and push him on out of the way. Gave the quarterback a little time to throw it. It just comes up a little short.
Looks like Saxy will punt the football. Looks like Addison Perez, the punter, number 34. Low end over end. Looks returnable so far, and yes, it is. And that's McCartney, always dangerous. Cuts it to the outside, but good job of breaking down and making the tackle in the open field. And looked like, number 40?
Yeah, he shows a lot of speed. He gets outside just really quick, but boy, that Saxy defense, they are fast. They get to the ball quick, and they pinned him inside the 20. So nice job on that punt defense. That's
what speed does for you on special teams. They cover the ball in a hurry on punts because that was a low end over end, very returnable. 1st and 10 Rangers at their own 18. Their second possession, they threw an interception at the Saxy 36 on their first possession after a pretty good drive to open the game. They're going to run it on 1st and 10. Fullback dive. Lee breaks one tackle, but hanging on for dear life, and Saxy finally gets him down. And the first hit down low was made by their leading tackler, Bryce Robinson. He has 40 on the year and second on the team in 4 losses among his tackles.
Now, again, they bunch it all up in here. Doesn't give, them very much room to run, and then just I like them to spread the ball out a little bit, give them a little bit of lanes to run in. Right now, Saxy can just key off of it.
Yeah, and those defensive linemen are really the strength, especially Spears. He had a game of his life last week. More on that as we go along. 2nd and 7.
Bunch it all up right there.
Neyman is getting 3 on 1st down, which isn't bad. Adams cuts inside left tackle, but he's cut down quickly. Another good open field one-on-one tackle. This one, Braylon Brooks, who had 6 tackles and 2 interceptions last week in that Saxy secondary. Yeah, they're within 2 yards of the first down on 3rd, Bobby. That's kind of what they want, Yeah,
you see how everybody is bunched in. All 11 Neyman Forrest players were right there bunched together. It just doesn't give you guys a whole lot of room. But if they do break through there, they've got a lot of guys blocking for them. So maybe their game plan tonight is just push it right up the middle or right off the edge.
3rd and short. They need about 1.5 yards to keep this drive going, or they'd have to punt it away. Campbell comes out from under center, toss, pitch, and cutting it up and down for a loss. Boy, Saxy saw that coming. It's like they were in the playbook. Hunter Spears was there, the big left tackle, as well as
Forthman, Yarbrough, everybody's there.
So Neyman Forrest 0 for 2 on 3rd down. They're going to have to punt this one away.
You see, I mean, they're just waiting on them. The formation they're in, they know they're going to they're going to run the ball straight up the middle.
The punter is Francisco Castillo. Gets a rush, but barely gets it off. Pretty nice high kick toward the sideline, unreturnable, and pretty good job there as it'll go out of bounds at the Saxy 41-yard line. That's a 32-yard punt, but no return.
Well, Neyman Forrest, they kind of dodged a big bullet right there. You know, they came down, got to the 49, threw an interception, and then their defense was able to hold Saxy to no yards and had them return, punt the ball back. But Neyman Forrest was not able to capitalize on that. But their defense did do a good job that first possession.
Mustangs 1st and 10, left hash from their own 41. Fake handoff, option keep. Now late pitch. Good job by the sophomore quarterback and running that option, and they get a good gainer, almost a first down. KJ Williams eventually got the pitch, and it's right at the first down marker at the 49. Boy, watch the reads here by Wells.
Yeah, he sees it right here. Waits for the corner to come up on him. Right when he does that, he tosses it out.
You know, one thing that was effective, once he faked the first time, he put the ball under his arm, made it look like he was going to run, and that drew the defense to him, and that left the pitch man open. Nash with the handoff, but a short gain to the 48. About a yard there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Nash, 148 and 2 touchdowns on the year. He's used to carrying that ball.
Second leading rusher on the ball club. KJ Williams, the leader, with 237, 6.2 a carry. So they've got a pretty good 1-2 punch.
That Cooper Flowers, boy, he's doing a good job off the end right there.
Wells is flushed out to his right. Nobody open downfield. He's just going to eat it out of bounds for a short gain. That's all pretty much a coverage situation there. He had plenty of time to look downfield. Nobody was open. Give the Neyman secondary credit. Just a lazy little roll. He really wasn't under much duress.
Well, you see Flowers coming off the end there. He is after him constantly, and they could have got him for a hold. 89 is putting a lot of pressure on him. He's going to have to get rid of that ball early.
Could be 4-down territory here on 3rd and 6 at the Neyman 45. 4-man front, couple of linebackers for Parker Wells to look at. Drops it off over the middle. It's going to be short of the first down, though, to Cameron Cromer because of a nice open field tackle by Adrian Brown. If he doesn't make it, they get the first down.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 foot short. That's a nice pass set back there by the sophomore. Drops it in right where he needed to put it. But just a great tackle right there by big 3-4 playing linebacker.
Looks like they're going for it at the Rangers 40. Same set defensively. Nobody cheating up as they hand it to Nash. He gets a tackle in the backfield. Did he get it? I think he's a little bit short, Bobby. It's all based on the mark. Cooper Flowers with another tackle. He is short of the first down, and Neyman Forrest with a defensive stand.
Are they going to measure this, or are they going to just call it?
Well, look, it's at the 39. They might want to measure this, but I think it's a half-yard short. Since it's on this side of the field, the chains are on the far side.
You are right.
I agree with you, Bobby. They ought to measure it just to appease Saxy more than anything. If the coach asks for it, they'll usually do it.
Great
Look at the play by Flowers.
Oh yeah, he's definitely short right there. Good job right there of the camera crew. He sees where that is. That's definitely short.
Cooper Flowers with 2 or 3 tackles here early in this one, crashing down from his defensive end. I would highly suspect this is short, and it is. They measured it just to keep everybody happy, I think.
Saxy, they are just losing the battle up front right now. Neyman Forrest is doing a great job defensively.
Yeah, with a simple 4-man line and 2 deep linebackers. You know, nobody's been crowding the line of scrimmage except for the 4 linemen, and they've done the job, like you said. Because Saxy will spread the field, so you really can't cheat from the outside. You got to cheat up the middle, and they've only got 2 linebackers that they keep deep. 1st and 10 at the 40, Neyman on their right hash mark, going left to right here in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Saxy has to be a favorite, you would think, coming in. Roll and throw by Campbell, drops it off for McCartney, and he is hit immediately by that man, Braylon Brooks, who had the big game last week. Boy, Saxy's open field tackling, Bobby. Everything's been in the open field one-on-one, and they've made every one of them.
Yeah, but a great throw right there by Campbell. He does a good job, rolls out. It's hard to throw that against your body.
Oh, and he never really was able to square up
or anything, and he puts it out there. But you got to do that just to keep Saxy on their toes and
yeah.
keep them honest, yeah.
2nd and 6. They are averaging 3 to 4 yards every first down. That's what Neyman needs. Blitz play here, and Campbell had no chance and no choice but to just throw it into the turf. Looked like they may have been trying to run the screen, but interrupting all the activities was Josh Stafford with pressure up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, nobody touched him. He just right off the line. I think everybody just missed. Look, he just goes right through, and just a great job just getting rid of the ball. Campbell just throws it in the dirt. Had somebody over there, so it's not intentional grounding. Just a great job getting rid of it.
Neyman's done a decent job on 1st and 2nd down, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down, including an interception. So they're going to have to punt it away again if they can't get something out of this. 3:55 left here in the first quarter.
Throw it deep right here on the sideline.
Two-back set. They're going to run it, though. Lee on the dive. He's hit immediately, squeezed a couple out, but they needed 6. And the Rangers going to have to punt this one away. And down there on the ground, it looks like the first play was made again by Josh Stafford. Number 94 is off to a fast start tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you're averaging about 1 yard per carry and you got 6 yards on 3rd down, I'm not sure why you just run it straight up the middle against that Saxy defense.
At least go wide with Adams, who's got some speed or something.
Throw it up there. Let him go get it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Interesting play call. Looks like they may be trying to block this. A lot of folks right up the middle. Low snap, and they may have gotten a hand on it, but the punt is off, but it's toward this right sideline and very short. Looked like the ball never changed its trajectory, but it was a bad punt under duress by Castillo, out of bounds at the 43 of Saxy.
Well, the last couple games that we've seen their punt team, they've had a hard time just catching the snap. I think he's got a pretty good leg, but he misses the ball. It kind of drops there.
Yeah, it's not real
he
good
fumbles
form,
it a couple of times, but they're giving him roughing the punter.
Running into the kicker.
Really?
5-yard penalty. The
That's
result
enough.
will be
They only needed 5, so what a break for Neyman Forrest.
I'm not sure I agree with that because he drops the ball. The ball's on the ground. He picks it up to throw it. You can go after him at that point.
If the ball hits, so why is Saxy not arguing this? They're quiet over there on the sideline. I agree with you. Once that ball hits the ground, it's live game back there.
It's live back there, and he decides to punt it, and it really, I don't know. I'm not sure about that call there.
Yeah, I mean, no argument from the Saxy sideline. I'm a little surprised by that. I'm pretty sure we got the rule right on that the minute that ball hits the ground. Anyway, Neyman's going to keep going here with a fresh set at 49 of Saxy. Tight formation, nobody wide here. Guess what they do? They run it. Lemuel Adams tried to go left tackle, and he was cut down immediately. And guess who? Big number 90, Hunter Spears, appeared to make the play.
I'm just not sure what the coaches are watching all week long in game film to say, okay, let's line up 11 on 11 and see if we can run it sideways against Saxy's front four. Because when you do that, Saxy has all 11 of their guys in the same vicinity. They got their safeties up, their corners down. I mean, they're coming after you like it's a run play.
Let me change that. James White with the tackle, number 33, one of the linebackers. Tackle him for a 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11. Same tight formation. Power here to the right, which is the wide side. Maga, the wingback, to the right. Just a simple dive handoff, stacked up for a loss and driven back. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And I don't have a 21 on my roster, my 2 deep at all. Do you have a 21 over there, Bobby?
No, but Big 94 is probably going to have to come off the field. Okay, it was 96 there. Yeah, so I thought I saw somebody lose their helmet. That's Clark Yarbrough.
We'll try and find out who 21 is, but right now we have no idea. He's not on any of our information.
Boom. I mean, there's nowhere to run at all.
3rd and 12, and Neyman is 0 for 3 on 3rd down tonight. And their needs on 3rd down are getting bigger and bigger as the game goes on. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Unusual formation for the Rangers, but they're desperate here on 3rd and 12. Look for a pass. Campbell, straight drop under duress, and he just drops it into the ground to not take the sack. Right up the middle, it appeared to be untouched. Guess who? It's the Josh Stafford show, number 94. Last week it was Hunter Spears who was in the backfield all week. Now it's Josh Stafford.
I mean, somebody's got to try to block somebody. I mean, they look like they didn't just stand up and get somebody's way right there. I'm not sure exactly. They must have missed an assignment, but that's the second time that they've tried to throw the ball, and he has come through without anybody touching him.
Neyman's going to have to punt it away again. Castillo, another low snap. That skipped off the turf. He gets a shot off it. Looked like it came out of a cannon, but returnable, and here comes the return. Nice one by Derek Rose up the far sideline. He caught it all the way back about the 20 and returns it close to the 40-yard line. It was a booming kick, but very low.
Yeah, this time I was watching on the sideline, and it looked like they were practicing catching that ball and kicking it. Catching it, punt, catch, punt. That time he fielded a low snap and was able to field it good and punt it out of there.
Still a scoreless game. 1:24 left in our first quarter. 3 receivers out to this far side of the field to the left. 4 receivers set, so they spread the field. 5 offensive linemen and 1 back to the left of the sophomore Parker Wells. Wells is going to drop it for Nash on the swing pass out of the backfield. Miles cuts it to the outside and almost got the first down about the 45. We've got a penalty marker and probably, I would guess, an illegal block of some kind.
Yeah, it was holding by the receiver. He had his guy just tied up.
Holding. Number 6, Saxy. 10 yards from the spot of foul. Replay. First down.
So that'll march the Mustangs back.
As you see, Coach Barron right there, he's just like, why? We get a good positive play, you got to bring it back.
Red Barron's back on the sideline tonight. He had to coach from the booth last week because of recent surgery 3 days before last week's game. Had his gallbladder removed, but he is fine and back on the sideline tonight. Wells takes the snap and shotgun, gives it to KJ Williams, finds a running lane after he ran into a wall, and a pretty good gain. He got most of that penalty back.
Yeah, it looked like a good job right there by the offensive line. They were able to get some penetration. You get Flowers going upfield, it kind of creates a little lane right there, so maybe there's something Saxy's watching.
9 for Williams, so it's about 2nd and 10.5. Got about 9.5 actually. Wells, a little bit of time now. He's in trouble. He evades it, rolls right, throws, caught. Nice catch by Chase Cromer, and that's enough for the first down. First of all, give Wells, the sophomore, a lot of credit. He evaded the rusher to keep the play alive. Look at this.
Oh, slipped him right there, and then on the run throws a strike.
We got a penalty marker, unfortunately.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 74, Saxy. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay. Second down.
That's David Tucker, the referee in the white hat tonight, and Saxy. The only thing beating Saxy is Saxy the last couple of plays here, with a holding call and now an illegal receiver downfield. It's only a 5-yard walk-up, but look at the difference in field position as they lose about 25 yards on the play. From the 31, 2nd and 15. They've got time to recover against the 4-man front. Here comes the rush. Up the middle, Wells drops it off, though. They had the screen called. KJ Williams caught it, fights, and backs his way to about the 39 for an 8-yard gain. Boy, that's a perfect call to have when they blitz.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, I thought, uh-oh, he's really going to be in trouble. And then you just, is a perfect little setup. I thought it would go for a lot more, but at least they got that much, you know. That's a good play.
You know, Bobby, I said they blitz. I think they're just coming with a 4-man rush every time, and the Saxy offensive line is really struggling. And they have at times this year struggled with the pass rush. That's going to do it for the first quarter tonight, our first timeout. It's been a fast-moving game to this point, and we are scoreless tonight from Williams Stadium. Saxy and Neyman Forrest here on GRS TV. Scott Powell, Bobby George back at Williams Stadium. You see some of the folks on hand from the Saxy sideline. Saxy the visitor, which is rare here at Williams Stadium. But
well, it's nice to have some good weather finally at game time. You know, all these fans, they've been valiantly fighting the rain and the wind every week. So
We've had
night's
delays.
beautiful.
Yeah, this is nice for everybody. We're not going to be here till midnight trying to get a game in tonight. Straight drop by Wells on third down and in trouble. Oh, dropped it off. I think he was down. Yes, he was, according to the referee, David Tucker. He tried to throw it from a knee. That's going to go as an well, no, it's going to be
a sack, probably.
As a sack, and it'll now be fourth down. He had time to throw. Again, give the Neyman Forrest secondary credit. That was a coverage sack right there.
Yeah, he had plenty of time, and then Carter Baroud comes through there, gets him down. Look at that knee. Yep, that's definitely got him.
Loss of one officially, and we've got a whistle and a timeout.
Neyman Forrest. They're
Neyman
first of the
Forrest
half.
takes it. Let's take 1-2. We just started the second quarter scoreless between Saxy and Neyman Forrest here on GRS TV. Saxy punting on fourth down. This is long and fairly high, but a little bit of return, but for very little by Kieran Wright. What a punt from Saxy there from their right-footed kicker, Addison Perez.
33, James White in on the stop for the Mustangs.
37-yard punt.
Well, it's time for Neyman to be able to support their defense. Their defense has been doing a great job holding Saxy to hardly any yards, so it's time for that offense to go ahead and reward them. You need to get a couple of first downs and let them stay off the field for a little bit.
The field position's been won by Saxy. They just hadn't been able to do anything with it so far. Neyman's been backed up. Starting here at the 27, center of the field, pitch to Adams, and he is in jail from the get-go in the backfield. There were a bunch of white shirts and gray pants back there when he took the ball.
Yeah, maybe if Neyman could just spread their offense out, get the receivers out of there so that you have some room and some lanes to run in, because right now Saxy has just got all 11 guys within 5 yards of the running back.
Stafford was involved in the last tackle. Clark Yarborough was there, taking a lot of time in the huddle. They'll run that play clock under 10 just about every play. It's the way Neyman Forrest does it. 2nd and 13. Tight formation, no spread here. Turn and a handoff to the fullback, Jahari Lee. Looked like a hole initially, but it closed in a hurry for a short gain. Like one of those big defensive tackles, again creating havoc. Hunter Spears, number 90. They are big up front.
Yeah, it's hard to block them.
Gain of 4, but they needed 13, so it's 3rd and long.
Boom, just goes through there so strong. He gets one arm on you, and you're going to go down.
3rd and 9, and Neyman Forrest is 0 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. One receiver wide each way, otherwise a tight formation. 4-man front, 1 linebacker for Saxy. 2-step drop, quick out. McCartney catches it, but he had to break free to get the first down and did not. Sure-handed Braylon Brooks hit him and got him out of bounds, well short of the first down, a couple of yards short. So, if you were in Saxy territory, you might go for it here, but you need 2, so it looks like they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, it's nice that they go ahead and throw that. When you see him throw the ball, you think, well, he's got a pretty good arm. I'm not sure why they don't trust it a little bit more. Maybe they're afraid Saxy's defense is so strong up front that they'll get to him and get a sack.
But we've seen him heave it much further in past weeks.
Yeah,
we've
60 yards.
Yeah. Oh, this punt finally goes through the legs of the punter. Back to get it is Castillo. They're still chasing it, and wherever it ends up, Saxy's going to have a 1st and goal inside the 10. Boy, the punts have just gotten worse and worse and worse, and this one went between the legs of Castillo.
I mean, I don't know what to say except I don't
there's
know
really not much to say.
I mean,
that's the best thing you've said all night. I don't know what to say. I agree with you.
You know, it's just okay. They punted 3 times, but 4 times, 2 times it's been on the ground.
The Mustangs from the 8-yard line.
Dropped it. Might be something they need to work on.
New quarterback for the Mustangs. This will be the lefty Xavier Foreman. So they quickly go to the different quarterback. Here's an end around to Chase Cromer. They try and string it out and get him down inside the 5, but a good 5-yard pickup. And now Saxy only needs about 3 on 2nd down.
Well, Adrian Brown flying right there from linebacker spot, going from middle there all the way to the end. Watch him coming across here, chasing this ball down. Look at that. Beautiful defense right there. Nice.
Foreman comes back pretty quickly. He got hurt 2 weeks ago. Was expected to be out 2 weeks, and he's back 1 week earlier. KJ Williams right up the gut. Touchdown, Saxy. I believe we have no signal yet, but finally we get a signal from the line judge. Boy, he keeps the play guy just hanging there. Everybody in the stadium knew he scored.
Not really fair to that poor defense. I mean, they are working hard out there, but when you give them the ball inside the 10 like that, it's pretty, it's a quick score, and just your defense has to go off the field after holding Saxy this whole time to basically 15 yards.
8 yards, 2 plays. Saxy looks like they'll go for the 1 point. And again, the kicker is Addison Perez. Chase Cromer is the holder. Let's check the snap. It's a good one. Hold down, kick. It's good. Timeout on the field. 9:01 left in our first half. Saxy with the first score. They lead Neyman Forrest 7-0 here on GRS TV. And we're back. You see the Saxy cheerleaders, the far sideline. We just got a ring in our ears that. It was the referee who has not closed his mic. I apologize to the GRS TV staff. That was the referee, David Tucker, and he's turned his microphone off. Caught at the 18. Here comes the return by Jordan Flores. Evades a couple of tacklers and gets a nice one out to the 33.
Nice job right there.
But Naaman backed up all night. They've started at their own 21, their own 18. They did start at the 40 one time and ended up turning it over. And then they've started at their own 27, and now they're 33. So this is their second best field position of the night. They have barely crossed midfield tonight. I'm going to check on that. I'm pretty sure they've crossed. Yeah, they crossed it once. They've only crossed midfield one time, Bobby. 1st and 10 here for the Rangers. Left hash. Got one receiver to the short side left. Tight formation, a 2-back set behind Palmer Campbell. No, actually, they've got their 2 backs just in shotgun wildcat. No, wait a minute. There's Campbell. All the power is to the left, the short side of the field. We've got a delay of some kind. No penalty, just a delay.
Reset the game clock to 8:53. When I blow my whistle, 25 seconds. Clock will start on the snap.
Clock has been reset, and now we're going to go. Interesting, again, strong side of the formation to the short side of the field, the left. Now they move that tight end and wing back over to the right, so much for that. That's Lee and Adams behind the quarterback Campbell. Quick drop, drops it off left, incomplete. Looked very catchable, intended for Devontae McCartney.
I think Campbell just got quick feet and tossed it out there too early. he had plenty of time. I think he thought he was going to have a lot of rush in his face, but he didn't have his feet set. He's just kind of dropping back as he's throwing it. But, you know, that pass, if they run that, it's single coverage out there. They could do some comebacks and some timing routes if they could. I mean, it's just single coverage. So, you know, it's something that they could be able to execute.
Going to send 2 receivers right and 1 left. Lone back is Lee, number 44, behind Campbell. Again, they go under center here at Neyman Forrest. Quick slant catch by Tommy Dunn across the middle. That play's worked twice tonight to the 48 of Neyman, first down.
Yeah, very nice. Again, we're saying he can throw the ball, just spread it out a little bit and get some first downs. That'd keep your defense off the field. And that big boy right there, he can catch the ball and move the pile.
Second time they've slipped Campbell out from the line of scrimmage where he lines up at tight end, and he's been wide open both times. They might want to try that play a few more times. 1st and 10, Neyman Forrest. Ball now in the center of the field. Long count. Of course, they're under 10 seconds on the play clock. It's just a poor pass from Palmer Campbell as he wanted to hit Devassie McCartney on the quick out here to the near side and just threw it way too tall.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was doing a 3-yard stop or if they were doing like a 5-yard out. It looks like Campbell's throwing the out route.
It almost looks like he's throwing it too early. The receivers sometimes just don't appear to be ready for it.
Right. He's moving his feet back as he's throwing it. It's something he just needs to stop, wait on it.
Well, I'm sure they're afraid of the Saxy rush after watching the Wiley game and Hunter Spears in the backfield all last Friday.
Yes, the offensive line's doing a pretty good job for him.
In other words, they might want to drop him deeper and just trust that line. Now, this is a 5-man front. Looks like Saxy's going to bring the house. They do, but the running play works. Jahari Lee spills his way to the 47. Now it's going to be short of the first down. They need 3rd and 5.
Robinson with the stop.
Pretty good call when they blitzed on the left side.
Yeah, and nice job right there to get out on the linebacker and make that a last-minute block. Gives him about 4 more yards to run because that linebacker was blocked.
Fairly manageable because it could be 4-down territory here on 3rd and 5 in Saxy territory. 4-man front this time. No blitz being threatened as Campbell takes the snap. Quick one-step drop. Tried to hit Dunn on that little seam pattern, but this time it didn't work. It was also well covered, but not a good pass from Palmer Campbell.
That was definitely a first down throw right there. He does turn around, but the ball comes out too early. You just got to wait on him just a second. He didn't even have him turned around yet when he threw it.
Boy, 3rd down has been the enemy of Neyman Forrest. They are 0 for 6 on 3rd down tonight.
And here we go with this punt. Let's see what's going to happen here.
I'd move the punter up a couple of steps for one. He's a good 13, 14 yards back. Every one of them have been low. The last one rolled between his legs. Castillo waits. Perfect snap. Yep, second time they cross midfield, just barely though, and this punt's going to go out of bounds on the far side. Very effective at the 6-yard line. That is a 41-yard punt.
That's what you want right there. You know, if he can punt it, it looks good. I mean, that pin that right there on the 6-yard line, no return, just a beautiful punt. Nice snap as well.
You know, Neyman Forrest always holds the ball for a pretty good amount of time. They've had it for 10 minutes and 11 seconds so far. Of course, running that play clock down like they do, they're always going to have good time of possession numbers. 2 receivers right, 1 left, a very wide split backfield. Either side of Foreman, who comes back in at quarterback. Hand out to Nash, but he's cut down early, and it looked like Mr. number 89, who is having one heck of a game. That's Cooper Flowers, got into the backfield quickly.
Well, he's been awesome tonight, getting so much rush on the quarterback, reading it. And you see, he actually takes down all the lead blockers all at once and lets his linebackers do the rest.
I mean, he is dominating this game, and Neyman right now with a wide 4-man, 4-down lineman. They got him spread across that defensive line. Same set here. Foreman in shotgun, the left-hander. Has the snap. Going to hit a little flare pass out here to the right. It's caught by Williams, just looking for somewhere to go, and he's run out of bounds with a penalty marker
definitely
at the end of the play.
There, yeah.
At the 16.
Yeah, they're trying to hold that block just a little too long. You got to let them loose when they start turning sideways.
Saxy 1-0 after the win over Wiley. Neyman Forrest winless on the year, and they opened with that loss the first week against Rowlett.
Number 5, Saxy. Spot 5.
Yeah,
Be half the distance to the goal.
They're going to take this because Saxy would have had the first down. Spot foul, though, because they're going to give him to the 16 and then mark it back from the 16. Kind of an illegal use of the hands as much as anything. Going to take it back to the 7. That's a 9-yard walk-off. So second down, and they put it down at the 9, so that's second down and 8 for Saxy. Nope, it's at the 8, so it's second and 9.
Neyman Forrest doing a great job, only allowing Saxy 36 yards up to this point. 1 first down for Saxy.
Well, there haven't been many people doing that against this Saxy offense the last couple of years. They won back-to-back undefeated district championships coming into this year. Handoff and hit immediately. And this time it was number 88, not 89, but the 80s are playing big. That's Carter Baroud. We've called his name a couple of times.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this. Just comes through, reads it, boom. What do? You follow the tackles. You see the tackle pulling, you follow that tackle. Usually it'll lead you right to that running back. And that's exactly what he did there. Nice job by Big 88.
Third down and 8 for Saxy. Backed up here. Going to have to punt it away out of the end zone if they can't get a first down here. 5:45 and counting here in the second quarter. It's 7-0 Mustangs. Foreman, good protection in the pocket. Now he's flushed out, going to run left, over the middle, incomplete. Tried to find Derek Rose, who appeared open, but Foreman just couldn't get it there because of the pressure.
Well, I tell you, it was lucky that wasn't picked off right there as well, right there inside the 20. Nice job defensively again. You know, the touchdown came off of a bad punt snap. Oh, look at that holding right there. They really could have got another holding call.
Well, they need a good punt here. Addison Perez is averaging 36 yards on 2 punts, 37 and 35. And they need at least that much here. Let's see if Neyman Forrest will bring the house here. They've got, what, 8 people across the line here.
Yeah, you just don't want to have any kind of, you know, punt.
A little bit of a rush, but he got it off. It's a short kick. That's not returnable. Well, just I say that, he picks it up. Where was the defender? So he runs it out of bounds. That's McCartney with a big return, and it looks like it's going to be a late hit on Saxy. Could be 2 different fouls. We'll see, but there's 2 flags. Boy, you know, the defenders got downfield, Bobby, then they just kind of fell asleep and let McCartney return that.
Well, wasn't that what North Texas did earlier a couple of weeks ago?
I got a block in the back.
You think he disguised that like North Texas did?
Yeah, he just wait for it to be actually called dead there and just picks it up and takes off when the defense just comes in there and thinks it's going to be a dead ball.
That's where speed burns. McCartney just out of nowhere picked that ball up and was gone.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is you just want to be real careful not run into the kicker there and give them the ball back because you already have them pinned down. But, you know, Neyman does a great job on their special teams there, puts up a kind of a good rush, makes him have to punt the ball early, and then, you know, falling asleep on the job there, picks that sucker up and takes off running down the sideline. Now we'll see. They might have a block in the back, and if that's what the case is, you know, I'm not sure where they're going to call it or if it was a late hit out of bounds.
Let's see. It also could be 2 flags on the late hit, but it looks like we're going to have opposite penalties.
Look at this.
Here's your play.
See ya. Nice
Yeah, you see what I mean? He just kind of fell asleep there, almost like the ball was dead.
It took a nice hop, though.
Going to return. We have a legal block in the back against
you called
Forrest. That'll be 10 yards from the end of the run. Then we have a dead ball, personal foul, number 10, Saxy. We'll penalize 15 yards, first down.
So that's a gain of 5 on the 2 penalties for Neyman Forrest when you go each way. 15 on the personal foul, 10 on the illegal block, I believe.
Well, this is the best field position that they've had. We'll see if, you know, they're starting to throw the ball a little bit. Maybe they'll back Saxy up a little bit, give them a little running room.
Going to start at the 25-yard line, by far their best field position. Down by 7 to the Mustangs, 7-0, 5:24 left here in the first half. Good chance for the Neyman Forrest Rangers. They got 3 receivers on the field. That's unusual enough.
Yeah, spread them out a little bit.
21 in the backfield. Gonna hand it to 21. We got to get his number at halftime, which we'll do. But he is held to a short gain to the 22, about 3 yards there.
Stop by
It's interesting that they run that real fast running play like that. I mean, he was like 2 yards from the quarterback, and as soon as he could turn around, he's handing it to him. He's taking off. It doesn't give him much room to run, but you know they ran that out of where they had the receivers that spread out. So just an interesting play call for Neyman Forrest there.
3 yards, 2nd and 7. Just one receiver this time, 2 backs and a wing back to the right. We got a whistle. We got a timeout called by Neyman Forrest. Why don't we take one too? 4:39 left here in the first half. Saxy 7, Neyman Forrest nothing, but the Rangers are driving here on GRS TV. Some of the folks on hand tonight in the stands here at Williams Stadium.
Great crowd tonight. Both sides. Neyman Forrest and Saxy really brought a lot of people.
2nd and 7 for Neyman. Straight drop
Got
by
him.
Campbell. Time,
Got
and he's
him.
deep down the side.
Touchdown.
Caught Adams. Touchdown. Neyman Forrest, Mule Adams.
Beautiful job. I mean, he comes
do we
out
have
of
a
the
penalty?
outfield.
Holding.
Oh,
Neyman Forrest.
no.
Replay.
Oh, boy.
2nd down.
Adams, wow, he got the separation and just a perfect pass from Campbell, and it's all for naught. What a shame for the Rangers. Here's the replay.
He comes out of the backfield, runs a wheel route up the sidelines, and just a beautiful throw, everything. I didn't see the holding.
I didn't either. He beat Travion Davis down the side. Going to bring it back to the 32. Oh, that official. Turn your mic off, please. We're gonna be deaf by the time this game's over, maybe deaf and dead. Loss of 12 back to the 32, and well, it wasn't a loss of 12, it was a loss of 10 on the penalty, but it's 12 yards short of the original line, so it's 2nd and 22. Might want to come back to that play a little bit later. Play action, Campbell in trouble. Nobody was open. He's going to eat it and get a couple of yards to the 30, actually 3 on the play.
Well, it was pretty interesting that they had more than one person out on the route. They had 3 guys running routes right there. None of them were open. It was a good decision not to throw it.
Great job.
Pretty good run.
He's good at evading the rush, isn't he? He could have been sacked easily for another loss there. It's going to be 3rd and long, though, probably 4-down territory at the 30, 3rd and 15. It'd be a 47-yard field goal from here. Adams is in deep tailback formation. I mean, he is almost 10 yards behind the line, and Saxy's going to take a timeout. They saw the formation, and they said, ooh, I don't like this. Let's call timeout. They still haven't stopped the clock, by the way, which is still running down to 3:40. And I think the officials just caught it. Now they're going to put more time on the clock. Let's take a break. I'll give you the time when we come back. It's 7-0 Saxy over Neyman Forrest here on GRS TV.
Reset the game clock to 3:45.
Scott Powell, Bobby George. Some of the better conversations take place off the air. We're just talking. Neyman really needs to throw it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it'll just back Saxy's defense up. So that you can go back to your game, which is running the ball.
Well,
and
they're
if you
also
can just spread them out a little bit,
For the Rangers.
throw a couple of shots downfield, that makes your safeties back
Yeah,
up.
but they just don't spread it much, and Saxy's real good against the run, which is another reason to throw it more. Saxy only gives up 100 a game on the ground, and they're doing a good job tonight. Looking over a 4-man front is Campbell. Here comes the blitz, but he gets it off. Caught. Tommy Dunn breaks a tackle and
He gets
squeezes
close.
forward. He is within a yard of the first down. I think he's about a half yard short, but they got 4th down coming.
There he sets his feet, throws a good
Perfect
bullet right
pass,
there. That's
yeah.
what you want. And when he gets the ball, it takes more than one guy to bring him down.
He
He's
is
a big
load.
guy.
We don't have any weights, but he looks like 220 at least as the tight end. Very mobile. Here comes a 4th and 1. Tight formation. Nobody is wide here. Here comes a player at the last second. Hopefully they've only got 11 on offense. 4th and 1. Campbell barking the snap. Here it comes. Nope. He's going to bootleg out to the right. Throws. Caught.
Touchdown. He's got
Touchdown. Neyman Forrest. And is that
there a
Cooper
flag?
Flowers?
There's another flag.
Oh, they're going to wave
Oh,
off
my
another
goodness.
one possibly. They waved off a touchdown pass earlier. That was Cooper Flowers going
Penalties
both ways.
receiver downfield, number 70, Neyman Forrest.
Wow.
10 yards. Replay, 4th down.
Neyman just can't win.
Well, it was interesting that they do that play because you got all your linemen in a position where they have to fire off the ball. And when you fire off the ball, all you got is
anybody?
1 yard downfield, and now you're it.
Well, I didn't see anybody initially going downfield, maybe late in the pattern.
It's just that they're having to drive off the ball just to even, because they're down like they're going to do a handoff. So when you do that, sometimes you go. But it's not like any of those guys went 5 yards down the field. It looks like they were just right within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. So really a tight call.
4th and
By the line
further.
judge.
They need 5. They need inside the 16-yard line here on 4th down, or they're going to give it up to Saxy. 2 touchdowns called back for Neyman Forrest on penalties. Quick drop, throw. It's caught. Nope, not caught. Incomplete. Intended for McCartney, and Saxy is held one more time. They'll get the ball back with 2:51 left here in the first half.
Interesting that both their touchdowns that were called back were in the air touchdowns.
They were what?
In the air. He threw the ball
gotcha.
both times.
For a team that doesn't throw much.
Right. both times they were called back, but they were both touchdowns from the air.
Well, if anything, they've proven what we've said. They need to throw it more because they're going to struggle running it against Saxy. Most teams do. Mustangs have some time here. They've got a couple of timeouts. 2:51 on the clock. Xavier Foreman back in for another series at quarterback. Took over for the starter, Wells, who went the first quarter. Simple handoff up the middle. It gets very little. That's KJ Williams. Gave him 3 to the 25. See if Saxy goes in the hurry up, and yes, they are with that clock running. Going to have 2 receivers left and 1 right. Foreman has Williams in the backfield with him. 2 receivers each way here on 2nd and 7. Sends the receiver in motion. That's Cromer. Going to throw it to Cromer on the swing. Gets a block. Cromer to the 30. Gets another block. Spins out of a tackle and a nice play.
Up until that point, they only had 46 total yards, Saxy. So that really adds to their total on a big play right there.
Got half of it right there, half more. Look at the blocking from the 2 receivers. That's what did it. And then he broke a tackle there. And by the way, I called him his brother's name, Chase. That is Cameron. Cameron is number 5. Chase is number 6. Fresh set of downs. He got out of bounds, stopping the clock at 2:10. Saxy still with 2 timeouts. Trying to put a drive together here and take a 2-possession lead before the half. Foreman, good time to throw, and he threw too tall for the intended receiver, Trent Dean. Looked like he looked off of one receiver and then found Dean, but fired that pass awfully hard. I mean, it just looked like a bullet going through the air.
Yeah, and if he could have held the ball just a second longer, he had Cameron Cromer doing a post route. Look, he's just looking at him, but look at Cameron Cromer right here.
Oh.
See him right there, just wide open coming through the middle.
Something I missed, Bobby. Adrian Brown got a hand on that, which is why it wasn't caught. In front, Brown was able to tip it. 2nd and 10. Mustangs. Pretty good crowd. You look over the Saxy side, they've got almost a Friday night crowd here on a Thursday night. Foreman's going to hand this one to Williams. He's chopped down. Adrian Brown having a heck of a game. Another tackle for number 34.
Brown with the stop for the defense.
Now they're going to have to hurry up or take a timeout here maybe. Let's see. They're going to hurry it up from the 44 and 3rd and 9. Third down's always a good down to take a timeout on, you know what? As they're looking to the sideline for the play, we're at 1:42 and counting. Sitting on 2 timeouts. Play clock's at 15. That's not a problem yet. Boy, there it's like they want that play clock to run out or something. They're just standing around right now.
Yeah, I don't even think they've got a play, and they're going to call a timeout.
I don't
when it gets down
understand
to
why
1.
you would want to lose all that time off the clock, but Saxy does finally take the time. We'll take 1-2. A minute 20 left in the first half. Saxy 7, Neyman Forrest nothing on GRS TV. We're back at Williams Stadium. Saxy let a lot of time run off that clock and then took the timeout.
3rd down 9 for the Mustangs.
So 1:20 left. They've now got 1 timeout, 3rd and 9, trying to keep this drive alive. 2 receivers right and left. Xavier Foreman, they send Dean in motion. Dean takes the handoff. Now he wants to throw it. But he doesn't have time. I don't think anybody was open either, and he's going to be dropped for a big loss.
Oh, man.
And the big play was made by Durham Negron. He got a chance to look, but not much of a chance, and then he saw the trouble coming and tried to scramble away.
Yeah, and then Negrom's just able to get a hold of his jersey and pull him down. He had nowhere to go after that. Just a great defensive stance by Neyman Forrest. They're doing a heck of a job tonight. 69 total yards. They've only let Saxy get 3 first downs, 45 of it in the air.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 9 and then 24 on the ground. So doing an outstanding job right there
Well, again,
on that defense.
With an 0-4 record, Neyman did come in only giving up 262 a game, including just 107 through the air. They've given up 32 points a game, but their other numbers defensively have been very competitive. They have struggled offensively, and it's killed their team because their defense has been competitive.
I agree. When your offense goes 3 plays and out every single time, your defense gets worn down in the fourth quarter. But right now, that defense really looks strong.
Well, after the big loss, Saxy with a 4th and forever. They're in punt formation, needless to say. Perez gets off a nice one. Caught, no fair catch, and McCartney is hit immediately and driven back all the way to the ground. And that looked like Jamison LaHoy. No, 92, excuse me.
Grant Snyder.
There you go.
Great job right there. Going downfield, never giving up on the play.
So Neyman's got a little time, 55 seconds, no timeouts, and that's going to hurt them a lot with their type of offense. But see if they come out throwing it all here. They'll have McCartney wide to the left, otherwise a tight formation. Palmer Campbell, number 3, continues to be the quarterback. Lee and Adams are in the backfield. Maga, the wing to the right, long count. 3-step drop, slings it out. McCartney got his hands on it, but it's incomplete. I'm not sure he knew where that one was going.
Well, I know what was going to happen. They were throwing the hitch and ladder is what they were going to do. They were throwing it to number 11. He was going to toss it to number 6.
See if we can see this on the replay.
Number 6 got there too quick, and it just made the receiver right there have to get rid of it before he caught it.
Bob, that's a great call because for some reason he was kind of motioning with his arms backward, and that's got a hook and lateral all over it.
Yeah, McCartney tried to catch it and pitch it at the same time, and kind of missed it.
It's kind of hard to do at the same time.
Yeah.
It was a great call. I love the trick play call when you don't expect it, but now you've wasted it for the game. Unfortunately, quick out caught. McCartney stiff arms his way up the sideline. Pretty good play there by.
Do that over and over. I mean, McCartney's so quick,
Yep.
and he's one-on-one. You make one guy miss, you got some running room.
You know, they've had trouble getting the ball to him. He's their best athlete, and he only had 3 catches coming into this game on the season. You've
good
got to get
step.
him in open space.
Yeah, look, he makes a great play, gets upfield, gets the time stopped.
The stiff arm of Braylon Brooks got him the first down at the 46 seconds and no timeouts. Spread the field with 3 receivers in a 1-back set.
Pump and go right now.
It's
Do a pump and go.
Jahari Lee, the fullback. Campbell, boy, they picked up the rush just in time. Campbell, though, is rolling and fires it incomplete. I think he was trying to throw it away and almost threw an interception, as that same kid who intercepted earlier, Tim Cherry, almost made a diving catch.
Down 10 from the 46.
You see the blitz? You see the people coming? It looked like they were going to sack him, but they picked it up nicely.
Yeah, that offensive line is doing a great job. He has time to throw the ball. His first read is 1, 2, 3. You got to throw it right there.
If you're going to throw it away, you know. I think he threw that up for grabs if he wasn't throwing it away.
Yeah, he had time to set his feet and actually find somebody. That offensive line's doing a good job, because that defensive line of Saxy is very strong, and they have not really had a lot of pressure on him.
39 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Here comes the rush. Slings it down this sideline. McCartney got his hands on it, but good defense. Boy, Braylon Brooks, we've been calling his name all night long, and a good play there.
Intended for McCartney near side. Ball is
Give McCartney a chance. A nice throw. Go ahead and throw it out there. You got 34 seconds of the half.
3rd and 10 coming.
A lot of times they'll get a pass interference or something. I mean, might as well.
Yeah, and if you get, one-on-one for McCartney is a green light. Look at the pressure. It looked like spears right up the gut.
Woo. Watch him do this backflip right here, backwards.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
does a gainer. He's running forward and does a
gainer.
backflip.
Is that what you call it, a gainer?
Yeah, that is very difficult to do. That shows what kind of athlete he is.
3 receivers again. One of them's the fullback Lee out to the right. They hand it to Adams, and he's hit at the line for a short gain. And Bryce Robinson, the leading tackler for the Mustangs, with the one-on-one tackle for 1 yard.
He wasn't tricked at all. He read that perfectly.
Now, Saxy takes a timeout. Neyman didn't have any. Saxy takes it because they want to get the ball back here. If they hold him here on 4th down, which they will, probably forcing a punt, Saxy wants a chance to get some more points on the board. Let's take a break. 27 seconds left, first half. Saxy 7, Neyman Forrest nothing on GRS TV. At the break, Bobby and I were talking about we do not want to see that deep snap to the punter because they've had trouble with it all night. So maybe just have your quarterback have a surprise punt and get it out of there. But right now, based on this formation, Neyman Forrest looks like they're going for it on 4th and 9.
And why not? If your offense don't get the first down, your defense has done a great job already.
Campbell's got some time, able to step up, heave it deep far side. That's McCartney, and it's caught.
That's why you do it. Go ahead and toss it up.
At the 15 of Saxy. What a 4th down conversion that is.
Dude, I'm putting him up against anybody out there. You just got to throw the ball to him and let him be the athlete to go get it.
Credit to the offensive line. They gave him time to drop and heave.
Beautiful.
Look at that job. And the defender just kind of had his feet in quicksand down there. Never was able to make a play on it.
You got to get that guy the ball. He is a great athlete. He's super fast. He's got good timing when the ball's in the air. Give him the opportunity to make a play.
20 seconds, no timeouts. I said it earlier. He only had 3 catches coming into this game, and you've got to get McCartney involved more. And they are tonight, especially. They've thrown it to him many times. 20 seconds, no timeouts, 1st and 10 at the 15. Oh, Campbell just tripped over his own feet.
Now your clock's running.
Yep, you've got to kill the ball into the turf. Just snap it and spike it. Everybody set, spike, play over. 9 seconds left. if you got a kicker, you've got to consider that. Right now, it would be from the 18. It'd be about a 35-yard attempt.
You know, it's interesting to look at these stats. With Neyman Forrest has 124 yards total offense with 6 first downs. Saxy only has 58 with 3 first downs.
58 and 3.
And passing is different. You know, Saxy's got 45 yards passing, and Neyman Forrest coming into the game doesn't do a lot of passing, but they've got 107 yards.
This is a different Saxy team. They average close to 50 points a game the last 2 years.
From the 18.
And 500 yards of offense the last 2 years.
Well, I thought they were going to try to kick a field goal here, but
nope. They may not have the kicker with the range. Got 9 seconds on the snap, 3rd and long.
Campbell back to pass.
One-on-one in the end zone. Braylon Brooks strikes again as he stepped in front of the receiver and picked off his 3rd pass in the last 2 weeks. Had 2 against Wiley.
And looks like the quarterback there went
Palmer,
down hard.
Yeah, he is. We don't need to tell you he's in pain right now. Although he gets to a sit-up position pretty quickly. Let's see what happened here.
Well, they just lost the block right there, right up the middle.
Forthman and can't see the other kid, but
yeah, they just get straight up the middle. Basically, you know what? This is your 4th down play, the last play of the half, and you got to make a good block at that point. Boy, they just let him come right through, put all that pressure on him, and he just had to throw it up.
Now, the encouraging thing is when a kid comes off limping, they're letting him put pressure on it, which means they're hoping he'll walk it off, and he looks like he is walking it off. That limp is getting better and better, and now he collapses when he gets to the sideline. Now they'll look at it down here. But Palmer Campbell is not in terrible shape, and he might even be back for the second half. And they'll need him. Saxy and punt formation, final play. You know, if I'm the punter, I take the snap. No, they're just going to snap it to the quarterback. I look at that guy in the victory formation. He looks like a punter, but he's just in the safety formation. That's going to do it for the first half. Entertaining football game. We mentioned it earlier. 2 teams with a combined record of 1-7 who are in the playoffs the last 2 years. It's a good one tonight here at Williams Stadium. 7-0 Saxy over Neyman Forrest. We'll be back with the start of the second half in a few moments here on GRS TV. Scott Powell, Bobby George back here at Williams Stadium in Garland as both teams have come back out on the field, and we're about ready for our first half highlights. Low scoring game tonight. Saxy 7, Neyman Forrest 0. And there are both teams taking the field tonight.
Beautiful night too. Fans are all out having a look at that. That's fun.
Clear night for once. No rain, no lightning delays. First time the bands have been able to perform all season, and we're in week 5. There's an early interception from 26.
Tim Cherry.
Yeah, Tim Cherry. Thank you very much.
I was on the opening drive.
As they celebrate, and there's Neyman Forrest drill team. Xavier Foreman came in at quarterback, handed off to KJ Williams for the short touchdown, and that's the only touchdown.
And that was set up by a bad snap from the punter to the snapper to the punter, and he kicked it down to like the 7-yard line. And
there's a long pass. Braylon Brooks with his 3rd pick of the year. Actually, I think it's his 4th. Yeah, that's his 4th interception in the first 5 weeks. Pass broken up, intended for Xavier.
Look at
for
that.
McCartney.
Wow.
Devassier. Neyman Forrest had 2 touchdowns called back on the same drive, and that's why they're scoreless. Other than that, it's been a pretty even football game. Saxy kicked off to start the game, so they get the football to start the second half. By the way, number 21 for Neyman Forrest, Kyrie Ward.
If I would have told you about that Saxy only had 58 total yards in that half, would you have believed me at the beginning of the game?
I would have told you were crazy, and you are.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Long return up the middle, cut it out. That's speedy Torrey Washington, and he is going to go the distance.
How about that?
No penalty markers in sight. Touchdown, Saxy.
Woo, boy, he put the afterburners on.
We've seen Torrey before. Last week against Wiley had a long touchdown run, and boy, they blocked it well. But with speed like that, you don't have to block it real well. Here is your replay, and this will be a second half highlight.
Man, look at that. Just straight right up
Untouched.
the middle.
Untouched, and then turn on the afterburners.
Kind of a short
burns.
kick as well. I mean, I think he fielded that on about the 15 to the 20 when he on a dead run. Straight up the middle.
Addison Perez for the PAT. Cromer the holder. See if the snap is good. As we wait. Good snap, good hold. Kick low, kick left, but he got it through.
Now both touchdowns that Saxy has been able to put on the board has really come from special teams from Neyman Forrest.
Yep, the bad snap led to the short touchdown run and then the long kickoff return. Timeout, 11:49, third quarter. Saxy with a 2-possession lead, 14-0 over Neyman Forrest on GRS TV. Saxy will kick it off. Lightning strikes here. Ooh, that was a bad analogy. In the form of Torrey Washington. There's no lightning in the air, thank goodness. But Torrey Washington just with a long kickoff return looked like a lightning streaking down the field. Kickoff return up the sideline here, and a good one. Didn't try and go across the field, just took it straight up and got it out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, you know, in the past we've seen a lot of this pooch kicking that they call it. You know, they kick it straight up in the air and it lands about on the 35 or something, but by the time they catch it, the ball went so high in the air that everybody's surrounding them, so they either have to fair catch it or they can tackle them right when they get it. I'm not always fond of that kick either, but then again, you don't usually have anybody taking it to the house on you either. So
first and 10, 3 receivers set for the Rangers. Palmer Campbell back in at quarterback. Jahari Lee is the fullback. 2 receivers left with the ball on the right hash. Now it looks like Campbell might be changing the play.
Yeah, they're going out with this spread type offense again where they got 2, you know, it's the pro form offense that they used to call it.
They barely get it off before the play clock expires. Hunter Spears with a one-on-one tackle on play number 1 as he just obliviates Jahari Lee as he hits the line of scrimmage. No gain.
You think he saw that play coming? Watch him come down the line of scrimmage. I don't know what this. I'm not sure the guy that was blocking him what he was doing. He just kind of backed up and went back in the backfield himself.
Second and 10.
I don't know if he thought he was supposed to be pulling or got lost on the play, but Hunter Spears just comes right through with not hardly being touched.
You saw the drill teams again. The bands were unable to perform the first 4 weeks because of lightning delays, and folks are happy to be here, fans and participants. Deep one off the hand of Campbell down the middle. Streaking down the middle on the post was McCartney, and he couldn't catch up with that one.
Well, he had him. He had separation from the safety. Does a post route.
Obviously, the plan for Neyman Forrest was to get the ball in Devassier's hands tonight. Seems like every pass has gone his way.
Oh, just right out of his reach.
Late dive might have had a chance, but definitely not a perfect pass. Here they come on 3rd and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Lee stays in there at fullback. Campbell looks over a 4-man front, going to hand it Lee, right tackle. Tried to cut it up the middle and nowhere to go. Saxy read that one well.
Yeah, Bryce Robinson coming in from that linebacker spot, he just reads it exactly. They know that formation. They've seen it over and over and over, and they know it's going to be a running play out of that formation.
Ryan Jones also there for the tackle. Saxy's second and fourth leading tacklers are defensive linemen. They got 50 between them coming into this one tonight. Spears and Jones. 4th and 9. The always dangerous punt formation for Neyman Forrest. Remember, they had 2 punt problems last week, or 3 of them last week, which led to that Rowlett win. Short punt, picked up on one bounce by Rose, tried to spin away, and he is going to be gang tackled. Oh, boy, were there a lot of green shirts on him at the 44. Good coverage there by Neyman Forrest.
Now, Saxy just hasn't had an opportunity to get Derek Rose the ball. Miles Nash either. Cameron Cromer, Chase Cromer, they've just not been able to get their playmakers the ball. And we'll see what they can do this half to see if they can somehow get the ball to those playmakers and see if they can make some plays for them.
Xavier Foreman, the quarterback, cute little kid in the stands there, as Foreman took over for Parker Wells early in this one. Nash sweep right. He's through a hole and down the sideline, and he is hog-tied about the 25. But another kid with a lot of speed. Boy, Saxy's got some speed in that backfield.
Yeah, and just as we were talking about, they hadn't been able to get him the ball at all the whole game, and then they give him on this little sweep play.
30 yards.
Great. Look at that. Just outruns people to the edge. That's what they're going to have to do in order to beat Neyman Forrest. You're going to have to spread the ball out and get it to your playmakers.
Williams, far side.
Jared Davis made that tackle, and then there's Williams on the carry.
On the play.
Close to the first down. See where they put the ball down. That one to the short side of the field.
Yeah, 2 big plays off the right side. Maybe they went in and watched a little bit and talked about it and decided, hey, let's beat it on the right side.
Yep, holding.
Replay. First down.
That's a tough one.
Be a 10-yard walk-off. David Tucker, the referee tonight.
Talking to Red Barron over there, and he's giving him an earful.
Spot foul. They move it back to the 31, 1st and 15, Saxy. 3 receivers to the far side, the left side. Solo coverage on the receiver right. One back. KJ will take the handoff, and he is hit hard down low and stopped almost immediately. And again, here's a kid who's had quite a night. Number 34, Adrian Brown, has been in on several tackles. He made the first hit down low.
Yeah, then followed up by Durham Negrum. He's just, I mean, they just really bottle it up down there. They've been playing a really good game, that front 4.
2nd and 14. 9:20 and counting here in the third. Saxy trying to add to a 14-0 lead. But it's been a struggle. Foreman will hand it, sweep left, and tackled from behind after a short gain was again Jared Davis as he ran down Cameron Cromer.
Boy, he comes from all the way across the field. Watch this. He's got to come a long way, and people getting blocked right there, and he just finds him. Just a nice job for no gain.
3rd and 13. They need to get all the way to the 17. Could be 4-down territory. Right now it'd be about a 46-yard kick, though. No wind tonight. Just a little bit from right to left at the back of the Mustangs. Maybe 5 miles an hour. Great night for football as it's cooling off. Fake handoff. Foreman wants to throw. Steps up. Deep into the end zone, incomplete. He just undershot Derek Rose, who was streaking on a post route, and he still almost caught it.
Yeah, look, Lemuel Adams had the inside break on it, though. If that ball would have been thrown anywhere else, I think Lemuel's going to pick that thing off. Sets in the pocket, gets a little time, steps up, zings it down the field. Look at Lemuel. He's on the inside of him.
Good example of why it's important to step up in the pocket there. He would have been sacked. Also gives you a little momentum on a deep pass. 4th and 13. Saxy is a-going here from their 29, or the Naaman 29. 4 receiver set. Now nobody in the backfield as Foreman drops. Got some time. Hit as he throws. toward the end zone, incomplete. He overshot the intended receiver. I think the pass rush may have had something to do with it, and Saxy turns it over. Another stop for this Neyman defense.
Yeah, they put a good rush on him. He didn't have a lot of time. You got to throw on your first read because they are coming at you quick.
8:18 third quarter. Who would have known it'd be this close? Saxy with a 14-0 lead, and 7 of that came on a long kickoff return. So Neyman Forrest hanging tough here tonight. Special teams have been killing them all year, and one more time tonight. Going to go with a tight formation on 1st and 10, right ash. Split backfield behind Palmer Campbell. That's Leon Adams, Lemuel Adams, one of my favorite names. Adams takes a toss.
Uh-oh. Well, it looked like
left.
he had a little room. I thought he was going to break that one.
Yeah, one man by the shoe tops, the ankles, however you want to say it. But if it wasn't for that one man, he would have been gone, like you said. And the one kid who tripped him up, Jamison LaHoy, with the stop.
Woo, right there, just barely
one leg. Yeah, one ankle. Neyman Forrest band in their psychedelic uniforms tonight. Is that a Saxy? Excuse me, that's the Saxy band. Anyway, psychedelic a word?
Aren't they?
Is psychedelic a word anymore?
That looks fun. Having a good time out here tonight.
That's kind of an old-fashioned word, I get the feeling, because I'm old-fashioned. There's your number 21, Kyrie Ward, carrying for the Rangers. Out to the 37. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Just what Neyman Forrest likes when they run the ball so much. But they have had trouble on 3rd down tonight.
Boy, it'd be a good time for a little bootleg pass or something. You know, you get all in that bunch formation, or you fake the handoff one way, and then you roll your quarterback out, and he either can run it or just pass a little tight end pass. You know, they've been throwing it to their tight end.
As you've said all night, spread the field and run it. But they're coming out in the tight formation.
Yeah, watch for Tommy Dunn here.
Slip him out of there, as they've done twice tonight. Looked like they were going to throw, but the penalty will stop the play. I take it it's penalty. Yeah. The back judge, which means for once they got to delay a game. You know, they cut it close time and time again, Bobby, and this time it caught up with them. Palmer Campbell's got to keep an eye on that play clock.
Yeah, I mean, that went from 3rd and short to 3rd and long, and that's just not what they do best.
Folks, they run it under.
Have to punt it.
They run it under 10 almost every play, and it just, I have a feeling Campbell just took his eye off the play clock.
Yeah, you don't want to be down there and have to punt it again, so you've got to get some yards here. Either get it close or get that 1st down. You've got to do something. Pull something crazy out of your playbook here.
3rd and 7. Big difference in that and 2. Now they spread the field a little bit with 3 receivers. That dangerous McCartney's out to the right. Campbell's looking right. High pass to the sideline. Adams is there. Oh, almost picked off also, but another good defensive play there by Tim Cherry, who's had a big night.
Well, I thought Lemuel Adams was going to catch that one. I mean, it looked like he had a beat on the ball. Ball was thrown up there pretty nicely. Right here, look. Oh, and he just, it hits him right in the chest, I think.
A lot of one-on-one coverage tonight, and they've tried to take advantage of it all night long.
Hey, they had the opportunity right there as well.
You know, it's a shame McCartney wasn't there. He's pretty good at that play. Castillo for another punt. He's had a busy night just picking the ball off the turf. 2 good snaps in a row, though. That was a beauty. Look at this pop-up punt. Wow, it is high, but it's short. Does take a Neyman Forrest bounce, and Adrian Brown got in the way of the ball, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
I think that was Brown.
Well, that had a lot of momentum. Looked like it was going to roll for a while.
That was 24, Keelan McKinnon to the 33. Nice punt either way. 35 yards.
Yeah, the best thing about that one was there was no return on it.
1st and 10, 33 for Saxy with a 14-0 lead. 6:02, halfway 3rd quarter. They'll spread the field with 3 receivers, short side to the right, split backfield with Foreman.
Oh!
Fakes the handoff, and that was a mistake.
Going nowhere today. Woo! Big 88 right there. We've been calling his name Carter Peruta all night, man, and he was there, ready for it. Watch this.
Poor read by Foreman and a good read by Barud. Could have easily have gone with the running back who did not get the ball, and that's really what Foreman should have done with the ball.
They've got two great tight end defensive ends right there, Barut and Flowers,
who also play tight end. KJ sweeps it right, cuts it up, and has a nice gain, and he may have a first down. It's right at the marker before he was tripped up. The mark is everything, and I think he's got a first down. They may want to measure this. I don't know. They're looking at it.
I mean, it's inches if it's not a first down.
They're going to measure, yep. Don't forget, you see this game all week on GRS TV, and you can also watch Rowlett and North Garland. Bobby, we're doing that game tomorrow night here at Williams. Who would have thought that North Garland would be undefeated at this point of the season going into week 5? You know, Rowlett's no big surprise at 3-0, but North Garland at 4-0 with a win over Lakeview Centennial. They got to be the surprise of the district.
Well, you know, North Garland has a great freshman class, and they've come up together. Then last year it looked like there was about 17 sophomores on the team last year, and that class was awesome. They went undefeated the freshman year. They were all, I think they could have been undefeated their JV year, and then they moved up, you know, so they were sophomores. They got a great class coming up, so it doesn't really surprise me that they're this good coming into the district play.
Going to be very interesting to see what it's the only team I haven't seen yet, and I want to see how for real they are. Didn't play the greatest schedule in the non-district, but the win over Lakeview opened some eyes, and they beat them badly, which is the big surprise. 4th or 3rd and 1, they get it easily. My goodness.
Well, that's
simple.
A great push.
First down.
That was Sean Coleman with his first carry of the night. He's had a bunch of carries this year. Sean, 26 for 114 coming in.
You know, Foreman is 6'2", 215. He's not a little guy. So you get him behind all those, you're going to get a half a yard.
Not going to get anything on this one, though.
Man, that was a great push right there by Neyman Forrest defense.
Miles Nash got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That's a big boy right there, number 12. I mean, he has been all over the place tonight.
Durham Negron.
He's been controlling it right over that center guard gap. He's been there all night, and he has just been controlling that line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, 4-man front. Here they come. Nash is going to sweep it left, gets away from Brown. Now he's got a block. And all the way to the 46, we've also got holding, it appears. We got 3 different flags on the field. Could be more than one penalty, but I think holding is definitely in play here. Or illegal block on the perimeter over
definitely
here.
Holding there. And, well, what a great play right there by Flowers coming across and cleaning that thing up at the end.
Yeah, he had to go a long way to clean it up. David Tucker is going to tell us about the penalty or penalties.
Holding. Number 5, Saxy. 10 yards from the far 5. Replay. 2nd down.
It's all one. Three markers for a hold.
And Cromer's going out of the game right now. Looks like he might have had a cramp. There he is limping. See, he's got a little.
Well,
I think it's a cramp because they were stretching his hamstring or calf muscle, one of the two.
Last thing you want to go after you get a holding call is the sideline. If I was him, I'd want to stay in the game and stay away from the coaches.
After the penalties,
they mark it back to the 39. 2nd and 16, Saxy. 4:05 and counting here in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, they could just throw a jump ball out there. It's just so singled up coverage back right side.
Now they set up the screen, and it's delivered to Nash. He breaks one tackle, but he's in trouble and is finally down by the 2nd wave at the 42. A gain of just 3, and believe me, they wanted more than 3 in running that screen play.
I know, and interesting enough, Negron's the one that gets him, and he's playing the defensive line. He gets all the way over there. He never quits on the play. Look at him coming down the line. Boom.
3rd and 13. 5-man line, and they're all coming. Foreman, though, has time. Plenty of time. Over the middle, incomplete.
Oh!
Intended for Cromer, but it was tipped away. Devasier McCartney going both ways. Got a hand on that.
Very nice job right there. Undercutting the pass. He has plenty of time. Look at this right here. He's just got plenty of time to throw it. Sets up.
5 men came, too.
Woo!
Good job.
Gets up high.
Good job of picking up the blitz there, and Saxy's going to have to punt the ball.
Well, a lot of these guys are going both ways. We keep calling them on both sides of the ball.
Perez waits for the snap. It's high. He pulls it down with one hand and gets off a low one. But it's kind of short, so it bounces by McCartney, fields it, and in trouble inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's going to be downed way back there. Boy, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
That's
he probably
pretty dangerous
just got
pickup.
away from it and let it roll into the end zone right there.
Well, I think he knew. I think he was afraid of it being down at the 1 as it went by him, and then he dangerously picks it up in traffic. It just was dangerous from the get-go. Down to the 3-yard line. Look at that. Just got right by him. It may have taken a funny hop on him.
Right there, you just got to go ahead and get out of the way. But, man, he trusts himself. He's that athletic that he's trusting himself that he can catch that ball off the bounce and take it up the field.
Saxy with only 2 first downs this half. They only had 3 at halftime. 3 minutes, third quarter. It's still 14-0 Saxy. Neyman has to go 97 yards to get on the board here.
Well, I guarantee you they're running straight up the middle.
I don't think they'll go to the air. They don't like to anyway. Short gainer to maybe the 4. That's Jahari Lee, the fullback. They will give him the 4 and a gain of 1. Happy fans in the stands having a good night, and again, the weather is just ideal.
Yeah, the band's finally been able to get out here and play, you know, and so when they do that, they're having a good time.
I brought a jacket. It's light, but I brought one. I was afraid I might get chilled on the way to the car. Isn't that a lovely problem to have?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear it even if I don't need it, you know, just to show it's fall. 2nd and 9. Lee drops it, but he falls on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Back at the 1-yard line.
Don't try to do too much now. This is what you don't want to do when you're down on your 3-yard line, is try to do too much. You just take the ball, you run.
Call me crazy. I might try a quick punt here, a quick kick, and get a good roll, and Saxy will not be expecting it. I really would consider that strongly. You know, I used to do that a bunch in the old days. The quick kicks. Have the punter. You know, you need that. The quarterback needs to practice punting anyway, just for situations like this.
Rowlett does that a lot.
From the 1, 3rd down. Oh, he tripped.
Oh, that's a safety.
Yep, he tripped, and it seemed to drop the ball, but they fell on it, but that's going to be a safety. 2 points for Neyman Forrest. Campbell's had that trouble twice tonight, and this will cost him.
Safety for the Mustangs.
Well, the referee signaled safety. They may have changed it.
We'll see what they do. It looks like.
Didn't you see the safety call from the referee?
Well, I never saw the ball come out except for the. Well, I did right at the very beginning, but I thought the running back falls on it.
Let's see. I saw the referee give the safety signal.
Well, the ball's out right there.
Neyman seemed to recover it, or did they?
Oh, no. Huh, that's a touchdown. Look, 95's got the ball.
Well, did they change the call or not? Because the referee did say safety. Maybe they changed the call.
Ryan Jones definitely falls on that ball.
But did they see it? It's the question. Well, they put a touchdown on the scoreboard. Nope, they put a safety on the scoreboard. I'm telling you, the referee gave the safety call, and I think Red Baron's not too happy with the call.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referee saw. It looks like the ball came out and never was in the quarterback's hands. The ball was loose on the ground.
He called safety. The scoreboard put 2 up because of that.
He doesn't have the ball.
Yeah. Well, he may have originally and then lost it there. Yeah, I had my binoculars on the referee. He said safety. Now, have they changed it? Of course, they would have him correct the scoreboard. I think they're going to go with the safety.
Yeah, they're kicking from the 20-yard line, so they definitely get the safety on it. But they missed that call. That should have been a touchdown.
Questionable call, definitely. Short kick, real short. It's going to be caught at the 40. Here goes Rose. Good blocking. all the way inside the 30, the 40-yard line. We do have a penalty marker. Probably an illegal block is going to bring this back a little bit. Yeah, I think it should have been a touchdown from our GRS TV replay. It's a shame the officials didn't see our replay. Let's see what this is all about. They got this penalty.
Hold. Number 32, Saxy. 10 yards from the spot of 5.
Still good field position.
Down, Saxy.
Going to start at their own 45 with a 16-0 lead and 1:20 left third quarter.
Saxy will start at their own 45. First down.
Foreman continues at quarterback and shotgun. Saxy runs every play out of shotgun. Neyman Forrest runs every play under center. KJ Williams with a handoff, a little delay, and he's got a nice hole up the middle. He's going to get a quick 6 on first down to the 49.
Well, I'll tell you, if we can see Latrell Harris, 6'2", 390-pound offensive lineman down there. He's number 65. He lines up left of the center. He's the guard. Boy, I tell you, watch him play just a couple of times. See him right there?
The kid to his left is big, and he just dwarfs him on that line.
Oh, and he is just playing outstanding. Look at that block right there. Just getting a drive. He's pushing his man pancakes, gets 4 yards off of it.
Miles Nash, a little second effort, just got enough forward progress for the first down.
And did you see Latrell Harris just kind of lay on his guy and just roll off, just kind of punish him just a little bit more?
Nash with a quick 5.
I'm going to run right behind him every time, man.
You know, especially at the goal line. If I'm running a quarterback sneak, it's going to be over left guard.
Yeah, watch him. Let's watch him here.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on the left guard.
Oh, look,
pretty good
turn.
technique. Yeah, he moved.
Very nice. He gets over, turns him so that it gives his running back some running room right there. Look at him, man. He's just massive.
Tell you what, he's even bigger through the binoculars than he is on the screen. There you go.
Watch him turn. Look at that turn. Just dominates his man right there. By getting that turn, you get a lane for your running back.
Another 3 for Nash, and they're going to let the clock run out here in the third quarter. We got 12 minutes to go. Saxy building on their lead. It's now 16-0. The lead over Neyman Forrest. Come back for the fourth quarter in a moment here on GRS TV. Scott Powell, Bobby George. We start the fourth quarter. Saxy leading 16-0. Looking to find the end zone one more time here with a 2nd and 6 at the 41. And KJ Williams in jail trying to find some running room around the end, and he's still going to be dropped for a pretty good loss here. Let's see where they finally mark it. It's going to be 3rd and long either way.
Shows a good speed right there to get away from the first tackler. Look at this. They got him right there.
He lost 5 on it. Cooper Flowers there, but knocking him out was Devasier McCartney, the two-way player. They got a lot of guys going 2 ways. 3rd and 12.
Third down, 12.
Could be 4-down territory, although I think they'd punt it from here with a 16-0 lead if they don't get it. Need to get to the 34 of Neyman Forrest.
Looks like they're bringing a blitz.
Foreman's got some time. Over the middle, dropped.
Oh!
He'd have to fight for the first down. He was 3 yards short when he caught it, if he caught it, and Rose just flat dropped it. So now here comes the punt unit. I think this is a smart call with a 16-0 lead.
Yeah, well, yeah, you should do this because Neyman has proven that tonight that they have not been able to do much with the ball. So you go ahead and pin them down. See if you can, get them 3 and out, punt it back to you. You still got great field position.
We just don't want to give away your 16-0 lead. Good snap, not much of a rush. Going to kick this one toward the far side, although it's caught
15.
by Kieran Wright, but short return. They're going to have to start about the 16-yard line.
That Saxy, they have been really good on their special teams. That's been the difference of this game. Saxy has done a great job. Every time they've punted, they've been down there, fielded the punt, no return yards on kickoff and on punt. And then on the other side of the ball, all the points that have come that Saxy's received has been basically off of Neyman Forrest's special teams. They've done, the snap. They missed the snap on the punt, and it rolled down to about the 7-8 yard line, and Saxy was able to convert that for a touchdown. And then on the opening kickoff for the second half, they were able to return a kickoff return all the way for a touchdown. So both their touchdowns have come off a basic special team play.
Toss left, cutting it up, and a pretty good gainer out to the 24. And looks like we got a new back in there. That's Burrell, Malachi Burrell with the carry.
I like the play. Get them outside, let them go outside a little bit, and then find that lane and shoot through that lane. So you got him. You can find it. That little running back can find that lane.
As I like to say, Bobby, let him do some window shopping, and he picked the right window.
Yeah, that's nice.
Second analogy, 2nd and 3. I get inventive every once in a while. Campbell's going to roll out
nobody
right.
to throw to.
Just throws it away. Now that's the way you throw it away when you're out of time.
He had no one to throw to. Everybody was covered. Nice job of just getting rid of it.
Again, don't forget our other game to watch this week is Rowlett and North Garland, 2 undefeateds going in for first place, still a share of first place in the district. That game will be down too. Right here you got Saxy at 1-0, Neyman Forrest at 0-1. 3rd and 3, or they're going to have to punt it away down 16-0. This is a pretty big play if Neyman wants to try and get in this. It's just a 2-possession game. Pass too tall off the hands of Maga, but really had no chance. It's 4th down. To a Maga, not the tallest kid in the world. And here comes the punt unit.
Why you run that? I mean, you've got one-on-one coverage, and you just throw just a quick. I don't know if we've seen them throw that at least 4 times tonight, and I don't know that it's been completed once because it looks like they're on a separate page. It looks like the quarterback's throwing an out pattern, and it looks like the receiver's running a stop route.
Castillo had plenty of time, and here comes that out of a cannon punt. Man, did he get a hold of that one. Drives Rose all the way back inside the 30. There's a penalty marker, but it's way down here where Rose caught the ball. So
yeah, it looks like they give a little push in the back. It wasn't much. Right here, see number 24 gets a little push in the back by number 8.
Yeah, it wasn't much, but
he went to the ground when he pushed him, so I guess they're going to call that anytime.
Might have been a pretty good acting job there, but yeah, he got a little bit of him. It's not like he didn't do it. It just maybe that man that got pushed kind of acted a little bit and got the call.
Block in the back. Number 8, Saxy. 10 yards.
Well, when you look at the punt and then put on another 10, what a good job of flipping the field here by Neyman Forrest.
Yeah, that was nice.
They flip it from the 24 to the 17.
Boy, he really booted that ball too. It was a nice punt. Put Rose on the run.
Almost 50 yards on that punt. Mustangs backed up. They do lead at 16-0 early 4th quarter. End around to Dean. Looking for some running room, and there is none as Neyman strings that one out nicely for a loss. He lost 3 yards on that.
And his helmet.
So he'll have to come out for a play with that helmet off.
Yeah, he's coming in motion. They hand it off to him, and it looked like Neyman Forrest had that play read all the way because the guy that was covering him, number 6, Adams Lemieux, he's chasing him down from the other side. He comes over and makes the tackle.
Lemieux. We've got an injured Ranger. Why don't we take a timeout? 10:28 4th quarter. 16-0 Saxy here on GRS TV. Well, we're about ready to get back to play. The injured Mustang looks like 55, limping off. That's Ricardo Ochoa, center. Never a good position to lose to injury, and he's in serious limp mode. Saxy already is missing their starting quarterback, Anthony Beltran.
Second and 12.
He's out for a couple of weeks.
And you're down on your own 20.
Yeah, good luck with the snap, and they always go out of shotgun.
It's time right here. This is where I'd be bringing the blitz right up the middle and see if he could handle it.
Check the snap here. It's a pretty good one. A little hard, but it was in the right place, and a nice run all the way out to the first down near it is Torrey Washington. I tell you, he gets by one more tackler, and he may go. He's already returned a long kickoff return.
Davis and White in on the stop.
Yeah, he's super fast.
First down.
As you just saw.
170 pounds, and boy, he's really quick on his feet. Watch these little cutbacks right here.
Yeah, that is great vision, too. And then yards after contact, the yak, he got a couple more. Fresh set of downs at the 27. Saxy just wants to grind that clock. We're at 9:50 and counting, fourth quarter. Tough little run here, nowhere to go, and he picked up 2 or 3 out of nothing. That's Torrey Washington again.
Washington with the carry.
And again, Negron on the bottom of that. I mean, he has really done a great job.
The always unusual number 12 at linebacker. You don't see many 12 linebackers. Usually they're quarterbacks.
And it looks like 61, Joseph Klinmeyer, is in at center.
Oh, I got Kleinmeyer. Does that make sense? Kleinmeyer? Like 2 different words, Klein and Meyer.
There you go.
That's what I have written down.
Kleinmeyer.
Well, you know, and linemen don't get much talk about them, you know, and I wanted parents to hear the name is Kleinmeyer. Another little simple handoff, stacked up and driven back. Boy, that front four for Neyman Forrest has done the job tonight.
Been strong up front.
Torrey Washington for his 3rd straight handoff.
We haven't seen 93 play defensive end. Usually that's number 89.
I don't even have him on my roster.
Flowers.
I don't have him on my roster, Bobby.
No, but he did a great job right there coming down the line of scrimmage and really finishing that tackle off.
Saxy working that play clock, 8:21 on the big clock. They do need to convert here on 3rd and 5, or Naaman's going to get it back again. Down 16-0. For Saxy, they need a first down. Bad, a little swing pass. They may get it on this. Torrey Washington, he's got the first down and more. All the way to midfield.
Why not give it to somebody that's really fast, one of your playmakers? Just get him the ball and see what he can do out there, and pick on that right side where you got a new defensive end over there where he didn't really know exactly where to be.
93
just swing
again,
it right beside him, you know. Here he comes upfield, just swing it right by him.
Look at the blocking, though. He got a couple of blocks and then broke a partial tackle there, but he had 3 good blocks in front. Saxy receivers can block. We've noticed that through the years. So the clock continues to move. 1st and 10 at midfield. 7:33-32. Saxy would love to use up this entire clock and walk out of here with a 16-0 win, maybe more. They take a timeout, though. Let's take a break. 7:28 left in the ball game. Saxy leads Neyman Forrest 16-0 on GRS TV. Back to play tonight at Williams. Been a good one. Neyman Forrest has hung tough with the 2-time defending district champ Saxy. Saxy with a 1st and 10 at midfield. Foreman, Xavier on the quarterback draw, and he is hit down hard after about a 1-yard gain.
Stop by 34.
Oh, you never liked that.
34 one more time with another tackle.
Looks like he's hurting a little bit. He's going to have to come off the field.
I thought he got popped pretty good, and here comes the sophomore who started the game, and Xavier came in for Parker Wells after about 1 quarter. Here's your replay, Bob. Yeah, he got hit down low and then from the back a little bit. Negron with the hit from behind.
Yeah, you
Kinda
never
got
want him running
sandwiched.
the ball. I mean, he's already injured, and then you run a quarterback draw with him.
Anthony Beltran got hurt running the ball last week late in the game.
Up the middle.
Quarterbacks are fragile at Saxy. They start the year with 3 of them, and now they're down to 1 in this game.
Yeah, Beltran, they have a 20-something point lead with less than a minute left of the game, and you run Beltran on a sweep, and he gets injured.
And he'll be out 2 weeks. This is the first of 2 weeks, according to the doctor. Foreman was due to be out this week and come back next week, but he came back a week earlier. Wells is healthy, but he's a sophomore. Low snap. He caught it, though. Hands it to Torrey, Washington.
They stopped him right there, backfield.
Yeah, they only needed 2 yards and got nothing. Lost a yard. Neyman Forrest defense makes another stop, and they're going to get the ball back for their offense.
Brings up
Down 16-0. That is officially a 2-possession
Gets in
game.
there. Boom. Again, number 12.
Wow, he is everywhere.
Boy, he's just dominating. He's so quick, and he's big.
Just give him a linebacker number. That 12 drives me
Well,
crazy.
he's playing a defensive
Is he?
two-tech. He's playing right over the guard.
Really? That's even worse with number 12. Beautiful punt. Lazy spiral. A little bit of a wobble, but as a spiral, caught at the 10-yard line. So Naaman backed up one more time, down 16-0, 5:29. They've got time, but they got to make something happen in a hurry here. They do have 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, with just a minute, 5.5 minutes left of the game, and you've really not been able to do much offensively. It's time to start taking a chance, because it doesn't matter if you lose by 10 or if you lose by 20. You got to go in. The loss is a loss, so you've got to go ahead and start making some chances here.
I get McCartney one-on-one, which they haven't had any trouble doing tonight, and let him make a play. Wishbone backfield, first time tonight. Toss, sweep, left,
And the
ball's on the ground.
ground.
Was he down? No signal of any kind yet. Saxy thinks they've got it.
And they run this first time we've seen the wishbone and do a pitch
Still
on
no
your
call.
own 10-yard line. It barely was able to pick it up off the ground.
Saxy.
The pitch was on the ground. He finally gets it, takes it upfield, and loses it.
Saxy football. Naaman's mistakes continue to kill him all year.
Yeah,
Emil
that ball's
Adams.
out. See it right here. Down low, he gets it. Takes it up, the boom. When you cut it back towards if you cut it back towards where the defense is coming from, you're going to get a helmet put right on the ball, and that's exactly what happened.
It's like Hunter Spears
Hunter
made the
Spears.
recovery, had the big interception return for a touchdown last week. He can tell his grandchildren about one day. Probably telling everybody about it right now. Miles Nash cuts it up. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Saxy.
Touchdown.
The quick Nash rolling around in the end zone in celebration. And that ought to just about do it now. 22-0 Mustangs.
Very good job of seeing that window that you're talking about. Gets outside and boom, cuts it up right when he sees it. Rolls into the end zone. Both touchdowns have come from inside their own 10-yard line. And then, of course, the one kickoff return for a touchdown. So
And then a safety.
So you got 16, and then this one right here up to 22, and we'll see what happens to get
We got a
the extra
penalty.
point.
We got a penalty marker, maybe an illegal substitution. Yep.
Substitution on Saxon, 5 yards.
This will make a little longer extra point if they go for it. Yeah, the Neyman Forrest defense deserves better tonight than what they're getting. You look at the score and you'll think the defense gave up 22 points. Very little of it has been Neyman Forrest's fault defensively.
Yeah, right now Saxy's had 8 first downs, 163 total yards, and only 48 in the air.
Yeah, Neyman Forrest defense has been really good. Comes your 26-yard try. He got it. Timeout, 5:07 left. It's now Saxy 23, Neyman Forrest nothing on GRS TV. Got a beautiful orange moon out beyond the visiting stands. Isn't there a term for that moon? Oh, what am I thinking of? Anyway, beautiful moon here at Williams Stadium tonight. We're about done. 5:07 left. 23-0 Saxy. Going to go to 2-0. Naaman's going to stay winless and 0-2 in district. Be the second win in a row for Saxy after losing their first 3 of the year. Here comes Jordan Flores on the kickoff return. Gets a couple of blocks all the way across the field. Finally dropped at the 38-yard line.
Number 8, Carter, with the stop for Saxy.
There's your moon. I was hoping GRS TV would come up with that. Good job, guys. Camera folks.
What really is a pretty moon, isn't it?
I swear there's a term for it, like a summer moon, or what is it called? I can't think of it. You don't see it that color very often. 1st and 10 at the 38. Is that Palmer Campbell? Yes, it is. Pass is batted away.
My, where did that come from? Goodness sakes. Jack Forthman, I don't know if he read that or what happened, but he gets upfield. I mean, look at this. Boom.
He's just tall, and the old saying is, put your arms up at the last minute. You might get lucky. Hunter Spears put his up at the last minute last week, got an interception return.
Yeah, all the way.
Very similar play, actually. That's almost what Hunter did last week. Wouldn't that be interesting? Defensive lineman with an interception return for a touchdown in back-to-back weeks. Well, that was pretty close. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers for the Rangers. Campbell with a straight drop. Going deep. Sideline here, incomplete. Way overshot Burrell. Malachi Burrell. Boy, they like to go deep when they do throw it, don't they?
Yeah, Ryan Jones on the pressure. He has to he has plenty of time at the beginning of this, but you know, I think they were all going for the deep route the whole way. Had to wait for it to develop, and then by the time he threw it, he just gets buried back there.
2nd and 10. Again, 3 receivers. 4-man front. The rest are covering, folks. Hand off up the middle to Ward. Busts it outside. Has a first down. Across the 50. Be a 13-yard gain. Biggest of the night for Ward. One of the biggest plays of the night for anybody, really.
I think so.
Defense has pretty much set up everything tonight.
Nice job of blocking there on the offensive line. You see they're all crisscrossing. You got 2 guards pulling one way and 1 guard going the other. And they kind of create an X, and it just created a nice little lane for him.
You know, this is an overworked term, but Naaman's one of the better 0-5 teams you're going to see anywhere, especially defensively. They just look better than a winless team, you know what I mean? Pass incomplete off the hands of Wright. Their defense is good enough to be 3-2 or 2-3 anyway.
2nd down, 10 from the 49.
Now let's look at their losses. Prosper is a really good team. They lost 48-14, but they're only 20-0 to Arlington Lamar, only 13-6 to Northwest Eaton before the big loss to Rowlett. But a lot of special teams mistakes helped Rowlett beat them 48-14. So
yeah, they've allowed 32 points a game, and 264 yards per game. So 264 yards a game is not a whole lot in high school football.
Against Prosper, they were down just 7-3 at half, down just 7-0 to Arlington Lamar in the third quarter.
The problem is
their offense, just the defense finally wears down, as you said earlier.
Yeah, the offense is only averaging 8.5 points a game.
Yeah.
When you do that, it wears your defense out.
Again, they were only averaging, giving up 272 yards a game. That does not sound like an 0-5 team. I keep saying that. They're getting ready to go 0-5 here with 4:10 left, down 23-0. They just got to find some way to get some more offense. Campbell's going to throw it again. Lots of time. Got to go deep one more time. McCartney's there, and it's overshot just slightly.
Well, that's a nice ball.
Pretty good one-on-one coverage, but he threw it over the defender and almost got the completion. Matthew Carter on the defense.
Sets up and throws a really nice ball right there.
Might have been his best of the night, really, just looking at it.
McCartney was kind of leaning in on his defender. If he's just running a streak down the field trying to get separation, that might have been there.
3rd and 15. Trying to slip a run by Saxy, but they saw it coming, and this is going to be just a 1-yard gain, and 4th and 14 coming. You got to go for this. I wouldn't punt here. Now they're keeping him on the sideline. Let's go for it. Tried to cross him up with a run, and Saxy wasn't going for it. Do you ever think you'd hear me say that Neyman Forrest tried to cross somebody up with a run?
Yeah,
that's a first.
Not a lot of trickery there.
Well, here they go on 4th down. Got to get to the Saxy 39-yard line. They're still on their side of the field.
It looks like. Are they going in shotgun? That's interesting.
Oh, wow. This is unusual. We're seeing some strange things from Neyman Forrest tonight. Short pass. Adams going to try and make something out of it. Does break one tackle, and yes, second effort. Got him the first down. Boy, that looked like that was going to be well short when it started.
And it looked like a great play, setting in shotgun, giving him a little time to set and throw without having to, back up out of the center position to make his throw. He had time to set back there and make a nice throw.
He really didn't get much blocking. He did most of it on his own, evading the first potential tackler. Fresh set of downs at the 37. Neyman just trying to get on the scoreboard. Quick out past McCartney. Steps around one defender, and he'll be down about the 30. Gain of 6 on 1st down.
I bet Campbell likes sitting up there in shotgun. By the
time
he gets that
probably
ball,
begs for it.
He can look downfield and set his feet and throw the ball. He's not having to take his 3-step drop.
I just never thought I'd see it, but yeah, they can run the shotgun. Just as we say that, he goes under center. 2nd and 4.
Got running room.
Ward can't get to the boundary, though, because he's chased down.
He's got a first down, so the clock stops when they do that, so they can move the chains.
They still have 3 timeouts left and 2:13 before they start it.
Gets a lot of room right there.
Good
Get
block.
behind big number 75 against 75. Drives his man at least 5 yards down the field. Well, we've called his name a lot tonight.
Here they come
Cameron
from
Smith.
24-yard line. It's going to be their last effort to get on the scoreboard. Campbell gets it off in front of the rush. It's quick out pass caught, but hit immediately for very little gain by Matthew Carter.
Lemieux's like, I'm not going down.
Carter stood him up just inside the 20. Minute and a half. Still have all 3 of those timeouts. Use them, guys. They're not going to do you any good next week.
Pretty nice drive they put together.
Yeah, and they're running plays without going under 10 on the play clock. They can do a little hurry up when they need it. As he parks on a long count, gets it under 10.
Up and go.
McCartney's there, but good defense. A little underthrown, I think, but great defensive play. Saxy's pretty good in man coverage. That's why they run it a lot. That's Chase Cromer.
Yeah, it was a pump and go. It was
Matthew Carter.
Little stop and go. Does a good job. The quarterback does a great job. Pumps it.
How many times did they run that play, though, tonight? Almost every pass has been that play unless they throw it short to the tight end. They just wear that play out. But they're always getting one-on-one coverage, so why not keep running it, you know? And with McCartney, you got a chance. 3rd and 6. Lots of time, one more time. Gets it off, evades the tackle. Right is free. Will he score?
Yes.
He will score. Neyman Forrest touchdown, Kieran Wright.
Uh-oh, he's going to get a 15.
Well, you know what?
Celebrating a little bit.
They deserve to celebrate. They got in the end zone.
Well, they haven't done that very often, so they're pretty happy when they get there.
Here you go. They only had, that's their 40th point of the year offensively, and we're in week 5.
They had 2 passing touchdowns called back earlier in the game.
Same possession, as you pointed out. That's not easy to do. 2 called back on the same possession.
So they can throw the ball a little bit. If you throw the ball and you're not successful, it still spreads the defense out so that they can't just solely look at your
And
run.
you know what? They're showing tonight they can throw it a little bit, so I'd like to see more of it in the future.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Then we have a dead ball, personal foul, Neyman Forrest. It'll be assessed on
the kickoff or the point after?
Well, usually it's on the kickoff, not the point after, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing
Well,
here.
they just put it back at the 3. They just realized their mistake, so it will be on the kickoff.
Here's the touchdown.
Great
Making
effort.
people miss. Yeah, just bulldozing his way in.
I think that's his first catch of the year.
Oh, yeah, he turned and spiked the ball.
That's not even legal at the college level. I got a question for you. You know, the celebrations are on in the NFL, and they all have these creative celebrations. Don't you think that's a great idea to let them do that? I am waiting for what kind of celebration they're going to go into after every touchdown when I'm watching the NFL now. I mean, it's like it's creating highlight films. It's a lot of fun. 58 seconds left. Be back in a moment. 23-6 Saxy on GRS TV. Well, we're under a minute here at Williams Stadium tonight with a 3/4 moon, red moon. Neyman Forrest, you know, if they have any thoughts of an onside kick, well, it's not going to be easy from their own 25-yard line after the 15-yard unsportsman conduct. Too much celebrating their only touchdown, which just came a moment ago. I mean, you can still try it, and the line for Saxy is still 10 yards away, so.
I don't know. Maybe you can kick it over their head. Look at that.
Beyond the second level, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it goes off
a
Mustang. They are going to get it. He lines it off of a Mustang, and Neyman Forrest recovers. And, folks, I mean, they can't win it, I'm pretty sure. It's 23-6 with 54 seconds. They do have 3 timeouts. So they could make it a lot closer.
Boom, just hits him right off his legs.
That was quite the line drive.
Yeah, very nice.
10 yards away, and he just bounced it off of him.
Well, that's what you want to do. That's part of the game. It's not over till it's over, till that whistle blows.
I mean, you know, and they're not completely out of it. Their chances might be 1%, but they got to score in a hurry. Another throw from Campbell. I guarantee you they hadn't thrown this much. They probably didn't throw this much all of last year in this one game. Pass incomplete.
Number 8, right, falls incomplete. Second down.
You got any numbers on how many times they've thrown it? Because I'm going to tell you how many times they threw it coming into this game. Let's see. They'd only thrown it like 30 times in the first 4 weeks. I bet you they've thrown it at least 20 tonight, right?
Well, it's 11 of 33 for 153 yards.
That's more than they've thrown it all year to this point. Again, you give him time. Now he wants to run with it, and that was a mistake. He's going to be down for a loss.
Yeah, they totaled 203 total yards tonight. 153 of it in the air and 50 on the ground.
Under 30 seconds. Not using a timeout. They have 3 of them. Well, they got on the scoreboard, so maybe that was the most important thing, because they know their chances of winning are basically nil.
Yeah, but they've had 3 turnovers, 1 fumble for a loss,
yeah,
2 interceptions, and then fumbling it also in the end zone for the safety.
How about the fumble out of punt formation that doesn't count as a fumble? You know, where he recovered it. So that does not count as a turnover, but it was a huge mistake. They have some things they did that don't show up on the scoreboard. Or on the stat sheet, you might say. Pass is complete. Now 5 seconds at the 42. One more play, probably.
Saxy has 174 total yards and 48 in the air. They were 6 of 13 in the air.
That's the incredible thing. That's the lowest total they've had in 3 years, I would think. Again, they averaged around 50 points a game the last 2 years. That'll be the last play of the game as Campbell is sacked. And that'll do it. Saxy improves to 2-3, their second win in a row after the 0-3 start. Stay undefeated in district at 2-0. Neyman Forrest still winless, 0-5, 0-2 in district. Any final thoughts, Bobby?
Well, both teams are going to have to figure out how to make their offense roll. Right now, both teams are struggling on offense. 2 younger quarterbacks, so we'll see what happens next week. Both are in contention.
Let's see. They've erased the scoreboard, but our final score tonight, one more time, Saxy 23, Neyman Forrest 6 for the entire GRS TV crew. And for Bobby George, I'm Scott Powell. So long, everybody.